Hi, Central Middle School students. It's Mrs. Weiss with our first new arrival video of the 2017-2018 school year. Right here on the cart, I have several new books and I have more I'm getting ready to order. And I wanted to go over a few of them so you guys would know what's available. And I hope to see you in here soon, checking some things out. I'm going to go through some nonfiction choices first. Here we have a book about art. So for Mrs. Banger, we don't get a lot of art books in. And this one I thought was cute. Why is art full of naked people? And other vital questions about art. So this one is a fun way of looking at art and famous art and things like that. So I thought you guys would get a kick out of that. We have, four different books for DIY stuff. So we have DIY projects for a stylish bedroom and DIY projects for a fun room with lots of different activities. And so girls, you could take that home and do stuff with your rooms at home, or maybe you could do some stuff for your teachers' classrooms. Here we have hair hacks. So different things to do with your hair. So I thought that would be a good, it was part of this DIY collection. And then we have fashion hacks, your fashion failures solved. So those are some new how-to DIY books I thought would be a good part of our collection. Here we have one new sports biography, Kevin Durant. Guys, want that. And then we have different Saving Our Planet books to add to our collection. Here's one on animal testing. Here's one on saving the rainforest. I didn't have anything new on that. And then here's one on dogs and cats, saving our precious pets. So if you want to be more proactive in helping protect the earth and its animals and resources, these are some good how-to books for that. Here we have another new biography. This one is Taylor Swift. She has a new song released. I don't know if there's anything about that in here, but we still have some Taylor Swift fans out there. So we've got a new biography for her. Here's one on the Bermuda Triangle. This is in the zeros. This is for generalities in the Dewey Decimal System. So if you have always been interested in that mystery of the Bermuda Triangle, that one will be interesting. Here we have a book on hiking and backpacking. We are fortunate to live in Missouri, which has tons of different places to hike and backpack. So this is a book to get you started with that. And now I'd like to point out some of our fiction collection. Here's one called Spirit of the Jungle, and this is a survival fiction. This is about a boy who gets washed away in a flash flood in the Indian jungle, and he has to use survival skills and help with resources in the jungle to get out alive, get back to his family. This one is called The Only Road, and this is an immigration story, which this has been in the news a lot. So if you want to look at maybe immigration from the other side, most of us are native to our country. So this is about a boy who flees his country of Guatemala to escape drug lords in his country who are basically forcing young children such as himself to participate in drug activities. And if you don't, then you die. And so the story begins with one of his good friends getting killed. So this is a way of looking at that plight. Here we have three books, and someone asked for these, and I don't remember, so I hope you're watching. This is the Pennyroyal Academy series, and I ordered all three books in the series. So if you've been waiting on that, this is fantasy. So there's 1, 2, and 3. Here we have Children of Refuge. This is the second book in the Exile trilogy by Margaret Peterson Haddix. So these are the kids that go missing. They're reunited with their parents, and they're trying to figure out all the answers. So that is a contribution to that series. Rachel Vale, she writes really cute, light love stories. This is a girl meets new boy who she thinks is really cute. She has a crush on him, and of course he seems to have a crush on her best friend, but she helps her best friend write all the witty texts and communications to the boy, and he really likes her, so it's really her personality, but he he doesn't know that. So it's a light-hearted little crush love story book. Here we have Halfway Normal, and this is about a girl who misses a lot of school because she's receiving treatment for leukemia. And she decides to return to school and try to be a normal teenager again after being out. And she thinks, how hard can it be to return to the 7th grade? And so she has a lot of obstacles with people who treat her like she's getting ready to break, to people who make fun of her. So that's a girl dealing with a lot of obstacles and trying to overcome them after dealing with an illness. Here we have 0 Day. This one sounded really interesting. I would like to put this on my list. This is about a girl who's kidnapped when she's young, and her family mourns her loss, goes on with her life. Her dad ends up becoming president of the United States. And while he's serving as president, she reappears and is assimilating back into life as the president's daughter. And everyone is kind of suspicious where she's been, why she's come back, and is it safe? Is she who she says she is? So this looks like a good suspenseful book. And there's a boy, they get to be friends with her to kind of see if she's who she says she is, and what is her true mission in returning. And that's called 0 Day. This is called Things Too Huge to Fix by Saying Sorry. And this is a book that deals with racism and segregation. So it's a historical novel where the present is kind of chasing the past. A girl's grandmother is sick with Alzheimer's, and she and her friends spend the summer investigating her grandma's past, and they realize she was actually part of some demonstrations and protests at Ole Miss. And so she's learning about her grandma, things she didn't know, and about events that happened in history that shaped desegregation. Here we have The Glass Sword, which is the sequel to The Red Queen. The Red Queen, of course, is one of our Truman Award books for this year. So I hope if you read that and you're left wanting more, you will come and check that one out. And then we have 2 copies of the sequel to The Fixer. The Fixer is another Truman Award book for this year. So I already know I have 2 teachers who've read The Fixer that will read this rather quickly. So guys, if you finish that Truman Award book, make sure you come in and get this sequel. And last, we have a fiction book called Mayday. And I thought I would end the video by reading the inside jacket about this book. And this is called Before and After. Before, Wayne was a fact-spewing nerd who happened to be kind of sort of dating the prettiest girl in Betty Middle School. Not bad, but hardly perfect either. At home, it was always tough to speak up. He was annoyed by his deadbeat dad, intimidated by his drill sergeant grandpa, and worried about his heroic uncle in the army. Now, Wayne lives in a world of after. After his uncle is killed overseas, after he and his mother survive a plane crash while coming back from the funeral, after he loses his voice. Without the ability to speak, how can Wayne find his place in this new world? How will he stand up to his grandfather, his father, and even his friends? It doesn't take long for Wayne to realize how much he doesn't say and how much needs to be said. So I thought this looked like a really good coming-of-age novel. So we have another shelf here that with some graphic novels. I'm not even going to go over all of those, but they will be on display on top of the shelves. So if you are interested in any of these books, I hope you'll come in and check them out soon. Have a great day, guys.